name's Lee, and I just wanted to make this little video for beginners to yoga, because I think there's a lot of common misconceptions about yoga that I really think need to be forgotten about to begin with. You don't have to dress a certain way. I'm just in my work clothes, about to start a day's work. I'm going to do a quick warm up just to get me moving. You don't need props. You know, things like these blocks, the mats, they come in handy. They're definitely useful, and there's a time and a place for them, but you don't really need them to get started. There's always a way around it. You don't need to look a certain way. You don't need to be flexible already, or any of these things that I think it puts people off yoga. So the most important thing I could say is just give it a go. Get moving, start to feel the benefit, and then obviously you can make a decision how far you want to get into it. So I would just want to start things really, really simple today. So we're going to start on our feet, and we're just going to stand, focusing some energy into our feet. Try and make sure you connect with all the four corners of your feet, so the balls of your big and little toe, and both sides of your heel. Make sure you're putting some energy down through those. Stand up nice and straight. Try and neutralise your hips or your pelvis. You don't want to be tilted too far back or too far forward. Just try and settle that in a nice neutral position. Don't focus too hard on it, but pull your belly in slightly just to maintain a little bit of engagement in the core. Arms nice and straight down by your side, fingers separated, pointing towards the floor, and just looking forwards. Soften your gaze, nice and gentle. You can close your eyes if you feel comfortable and you feel balanced. This will certainly help to create some engagement with the floor, really make you feel present with where you are. But again, if you don't feel comfortable with that, it's not essential. Just sort of soften your gaze, look sort of forwards and down slightly. And we're trying to lift the shoulders up, roll them back and settle them down. Engagement in these arms, just pushing away. Nice neutral spine, head straight, looking forwards, neck nice and straight. And just take a few breaths in and out through the nose in this position. Just check in with your body. Just see how it feels today. We're going to take an in-breath and take the arms up over the head and push them away. Stretch up nice and tall. Push down into the floor with your feet and up with your hands, away from the body. And then as we breathe out, we're going to take a nice forward fold, gently first of all. We can bend the knees, just let the belly hang out on the thighs, let the head hang, let the shoulders and the arms just hang, everything nice and relaxed. I'm going to take a breath in, straighten the legs, bring the hands to the shins or even the thighs if need be. Try and keep your back nice and straight and push those shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out and fold forwards again. You might be able to keep your legs a little bit straight at this time, but again, there's no pressure to be dead straight. Just hang out, be comfortable, give your body a bit of a chance. So maybe hang on to these arms. Do keep breathing, don't wait for me to tell you every time. Maybe we can rock a little bit just to get the body moving and waking up a little bit. And you're going to breathe in, take the arms overhead, and I want you to take your right wrist with your left hand, and then we're going to pull with that left hand over to the left as we breathe out. Take a breath in And another breath out in this position. Breathe into the centre, release the hands and fold forwards again. Hands to the shins, lift halfway and look forwards, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out and fold forwards again. Breathe in and lift all the way up. This time we're going to take the right hand and grab hold of the left wrist. Take a deep breath in and stretch. And then as we breathe out, over to the right hand side, ground through that left foot, push that into the ground and just gently pull on that left hand with the right. Take a breath in and out again. Breathe in, stretch up tall. Breathe out and fold forwards again. Halfway lift, look forwards, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe out and fold forwards again. Breathe in, stretch up nice and tall. And just bring your arms back down by your sides. Shake everything out a little bit. Hopefully that's started to generate a little bit of heat in your body, a little bit of a feeling of looseness, and just generally started to warm you up a little bit. Now, there's lots of places we can go with yoga, but again, I'd like to keep it really simple today. So I'd just like you to come down onto your hands and knees. We're just going to mobilise our spine a little bit. So I want you to aim to put your hands flat on the floor. If you notice, I'm not using a mat for this. There's no need. Something that's going to cushion your knees a little bit. I'm on a bit of carpet here, so it's reasonably soft floor. It doesn't have to be a yoga mat. So hands grounded on the floor, fingers spread apart, the index fingers and middle fingers pointing forwards. And we want our shoulders to be over our wrists. And then you're going to take the knees back very slightly. Try and make sure that your toes at this point are facing down. We don't want them tucked under here. You just want to have the tops of the feet flat on the floor. And just look gently forwards and down very slightly. And then push the ground away. So we're opening our shoulders up a little bit. Try and keep the weight over those wrists. Take a breath in and a breath out. Now the next time we take a breath in, we're going to push the belly towards the floor and look up, but keep those shoulders engaged and push the floor away. And as we breathe out, we're going to bend our backs and push it up and look down between our fingers. Breathe in. Belly towards the floor. This is what we call cow pose. Looking forwards, keeping those shoulders, keeping the hands pressed into the ground and the shoulders pushing away. Keeping the shoulders down away from the ears too. As we breathe out, we're going to arch the back. We call this cat pose. Take a few of these in your own time. So we're breathing in as we drop the belly and look forwards, and out as we arch the spine and look down. When we're in our cat position, you can also start to bring some attention to pulling the lower belly in and up. So imagine taking your belly button and trying to squeeze it and pull it up towards your spine. And that's on the out breath. Now while we're down here, I'm just going to take a little bit of movement forward. We're just going to take one leg out behind. You can choose which one. And this time we are going to tuck the toes under. We're just going to push away into that. We should feel a little bit of engagement, keeping the shoulders over the wrists. And then we're just going to put a little bit of pressure back into that back leg, which wants to be nice and straight. We want to engage, suckle, pull all the muscles to the bone in the upper thigh there. Really lift your kneecap to engage those muscles. And we're just going to push away and feel a nice stretch in the calf. Then bring that one back in and take the opposite one out. Push away, nice and engaged in the upper leg. Hug those muscles to the bone. A little bit of pressure away, bending those toes and that calf, just to give you a nice gentle calf stretch. And let's take a little bit of pressure off of those wrists for a minute and just rotate those. You might find it's quite nice to just turn the hand over, point the fingers in towards the centre and just put a little bit of pressure down on there, not too much, just to stretch those wrists the opposite direction to where we've been putting weight on them. Then flip that one, do the same the other side. Okay, now I want you to swing your legs around and take a comfortable seat. Now that could mean cross-legged for you. This might not be a nice position for you to sit in. So we can take our feet together in front and create like a diamond shape. So you sit up as straight as you possibly can. Be looking forwards and down slightly. Just close your eyes. And for a minute just focus some attention on the breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Try and focus on bringing your breath right down into your belly. It can help sometimes if you want to put a hand on your belly and your chest. And just try and focus on moving this hand that's resting on the belly. If you're comfortable with that and you can really feel your belly moving, you might find it comfortable to just rest your arms on your legs and just let your hands curl into a gentle C shape. Just close the eyes, take a couple of breaths. Try and keep the back nice and straight. Shoulders away from the ears. And just be grateful for all the things that your body does do for you. We ask a lot of our bodies, so just take a minute to consider that and be grateful. I want you to take your arms out nice and wide, reach up tall, look up, bring your hands together, and goes down to your heart space. So thank you very much for giving it a go. Hopefully that wasn't too stressful and you found it quite easy and straightforward. Just wanted to show you that you don't have to be any kind of expert, you don't have to use fancy names for things or turn yourself inside out. The important thing is we take a little bit of time, we connect with our bodies, we move our bodies, and then we can go from there and take it wherever we want to be. Take care. Bye bye.